Hey, thanks a lot. All right, let's hear for Bar 702. Yay. And the big jam tonight. I'm Sammy, and in the daytime I'm in show business. I'm in the business of showing rental homes and condominiums. And I tell everybody, I say, look, when you move into this place, if you do not find any roaches, just call me and I'll bring some of my roaches over. Everybody asks me the same thing. That too. And everybody asks me the same thing. They say, what's the monthly special? What's the special this month? Do you have a special? And I tell everybody, yeah, you give us your money and we'll tell you your special. That's right. Except I am drunk. And you know what the hell? If you give us your money, we'll tell you any damn thing. We'll tell you that you know, you have the obvious charisma of a rock star combined with the incredible natural good looks of a movie star. Now, if you're really lucky, you give us your money and we'll give you the key and tell you to move in and go on, get out of here. So welcome to Las Vegas, where it's hot, 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 hot in the summertime. But that's okay, because when we get to the afterlife, we'll be used to the climate and they won't. Now that hot, it affects us normal people that have jobs. But just think about the homeless people for a minute, the poor homeless people. I saw this guy the other day holding up a sign when he was in my car. He's on the ramp and he's holding up a piece of cardboard. Nothing written on the cardboard, just holding up a dirty piece of cardboard. But I don't care, I gotta tell you the truth, I don't like those homeless people or whatever they are standing out in those signs, because I have a sneaking suspicion that they make more money than I do and they don't pay any taxes. I don't give them any money. I used to give them money, but then I was getting off the Flamingo ramp and this guy had a sign, "We'll work for food." So I just happened to have a fresh bucket of chicken from the girl and said, "Hey buddy, come over here, have all the chicken you want." "I'm not going to eat that shit." I said, "Excuse me?" I'm not going to eat that shit." "Oh," I said, "Excuse me, sir, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to insult you with my choice of food. I'm going to go over to the Rio. I'm going to get the maintenance people. We're going to dismantle the entire salad bar and install it here on a ramp for you, and one of the chefs in the white hat to make sure everything is up to your order. And once an hour, every hour, you're going to have a prime rib this thick to your specifications if you want it, because I didn't realize that you're not just a bum holding up a sign. You're actually in middle management of the sign-making business." Welcome to Las Vegas, where anybody and everybody can get laid 24/7. It's just easy. It's hell. I mean, even I get laid. And look at me. What do I look like? Not who do I look like, because we'll talk about that later. I know who I look like. I have to shave this face a couple times a day. But let's be honest. I look like an old used up, wrinkled up schmuck. And a schmuck like me can get laid. That means a schmuck like you should be able to get laid. I mean, it's just easy. It's ridiculously easy to get laid in Las Vegas. Now, an intelligent conversation, that's an entirely different matter.
Boom. Boom. Boom.
Bada boom, bada boom, bada bing. That's right. I mean, listen, I'll give you an example. Example number one. I'm at the dog park with my incredible bloodhound Buddha, and it's unbelievable. As soon as we go in the dog park, he runs right up to his chick's dog and he's humping her dog. I'm so freaking embarrassed. I can't stand it. I go over there, I break it up. What does my dog Buddha do? He runs right over to this other dog. He's humping that dog. Turns out to be the first girl's sister. All night, I'm running back and forth. He's humping both of the girls' dogs. And everybody's laughing. They think it's so cute. I'm embarrassed out of my mind. But the girls trying to make it up to me. They say, "Well, you know, we live together. Why don't you come back to our house for a cup of coffee? A nice cup of coffee." That means I'm getting laid, buddy. Let me come with what else, all right? Thanks to my dog Buddha, I'm getting laid. But to be honest with you, I don't really respect that. I do it, but I don't respect it. Example number two. You're in the casino. And there's this really fine-looking mother and daughter. They're from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Nagasaki, Japan, and wherever, and they've been here. They've gambled all their money away. All right, they've been to despair. They've seen the applicant with the fire coming out of the nostrils and his ears and everything, man. But they haven't quite gotten the Las Vegas experience they want. They haven't gotten what I call the thunder from down under from the old Brazil. Hey, let's face it. You know, time's running out. You know, they don't want to leave Vegas without getting laid, and there I am. I'm getting laid. Amazing that the phone and the video camera and their cell phone doesn't work that night. I'm getting laid that night, buddy. But I don't respect it. Example number three. That echoes for you stoners. We got stoners here tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good, because I didn't want to be in the wrong place. Example number 3.
Future forward.
I'm fine, how are you? Example number 3. Some nice lady has a momentary lapse of sanity. She has a momentary lack of judgment, loses her freaking mind. It thinks I'm the cutest thing she's ever seen. She loves me, has to marry me, and we get married. Well, of course, we're going to have sex. We're going to strengthen the marital bond, as my father would have said. And I'm going to have sex with her, but I do not respect it. All right? I don't respect any of those heterosexual ways of exchanging bodily fluids and having sex. I don't respect it.
No.
At all.
No.
None of it.
No.
Now, if they're prostitutes, that's a different matter. And not just any prostitute. I'm not talking about your everyday, common, household, garden variety prostitute. Wait a minute. Garden variety prostitute? What the hell does that mean? Hi, welcome to our garden. Over here we have the cucumber prostitute, and over here we have the radish and onion prostitute, and here we have, wink, wink, the head and lettuce prostitute. I don't know, I have to think about that for a second. I'm just saying that's not the kind of girl that I have respect for. All right? Only kind of girl I have respect for is the kind that demands her money up front. And when we're parked behind the Smith Food King or the Albertsons, I respect that so much I put both $5 bills up on the dashboard.
Woo!
Hell yeah. That's what I call respect.
Woo!
Respect. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm a recovering drug addict. And that means that my entire goal in life is to recover the money that I spent on all that junk. And people ask me, why did you start so many lines? This is the stupidest thing I can think of, but it's true. Because at the time I was thinking, here's the kids and all the kids' friends. And if I light up some reefer, everybody's going to smell it. So instead, I do the smart thing. I run to the bathroom, lock the door, and snort up the kids' college education. That was real bright. So I'm doing everything I can to rehab myself. Unfortunately, I got barred, not just for the night, I got barred for life from Narcotics Anonymous. I don't get those people. I think they're crazy. All I did, I went to one of their meetings, and I was trying to sell bags of reefer to those people. I mean, what is the big deal? Go figure. So, that's my experience there. Somehow I figured out that if you have a straw up your nose and blood's coming down the other side, that should have been time to quit, but we weren't done yet. And people say, well, did you learn anything from your experience of being a drug addict? I said, well, yeah, I sure did. I learned that you can put a Maserati up your nose. I learned that the other drug addicts were the creepiest assholes you could possibly meet in your life. And I also learned what it's like to waste all your money. Now, my wife that I had at the time, unfortunately, she tried to follow my footsteps and do all the drugs I did, and she died, which I felt guilty for a long time, and then I figured, well, you know, anybody blonde enough to keep up with my stupidity, I just don't know what to say. But she was a wonderful woman. I'll miss her forever. In fact, I remember one time we were taking a cab ride to the airport, and she always tried to look out for my money, which was so cool because it's something that I never did. We got to the airport, the cab driver said, well, that'll be $27.50. I pointed at her, and he said, $27.50, ma'am. So my wife that particular day wasn't wearing any underwear, and she lifted up her skirt to the cab driver. He said, well, that's nice, ma'am, but could you have anything smaller? He said, I didn't think you were planning on going to the Grand Canyon tonight. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh. So it has been reported that there are actually reports, purportedly, allegedly, that a crazy-ass young woman, who I won't mention Cheryl by name, that she has been seen behind the dumpster at the Taco Bell Flamingo in Decatur, engaging in oral sex, which of course is a nice way of saying giving a blowjob to somebody that has a striking resemblance to me. And I remember one time looking down, and this is in broad daylight, I might add. It's a little strange. I remember looking down at her, she's looking at me and saying, "Oh, you feel uncomfortable with this?" I'm like, "Now why would I feel uncomfortable at 3 in the afternoon? Doesn't make any sense, does it?" And then my mind started really tripping out, and I was thinking the meanest slut, would fall in love. When I say slut, I want you to realize I'm not coming down on women when I say slut, because I'm totally aware that I've been a slut myself since I was 14, where I wouldn't end up in these situations. And I started thinking we were going to get married, and on our honeymoon, we'd get an RV and put streamers on it. We'll say just married. Where else would we go, ladies and gentlemen, but the Taco Bells? Wherever. We discovered the Taco Bell at Ann and Simmons. Just didn't get it for us, man. And the Taco Bell at Eastern and DI. No, it wasn't happening. The Taco Bell in South Los. No, it was the Taco Bell at Flamingo in Decatur. I'm not with any ideas in anybody's minds, but if you want to have an adventure, that's place to go. So when I first heard of Viagra, that's what we call a segue in entertainment. When I first heard of Viagra, I thought, well, that's nice. That's really nice. Better living through science and stuff. But I thought, I don't need a pill. What I need is a partner. So me and my lady friend, I was on the Viagra, and we decided to go to a drugstore on the way back to the Love Shack. But all of a sudden I realized, hey man, I didn't need any hands on that grocery cart. And I started having fun, man. I was having so much fun. I started challenging the other racers, the other grocers to races. I was doing figure eights, and we were racing, and I was getting them all to bet. We were having fun in Vegas when I was putting down money, and I was challenging them. I was making money, and I was having so much fun. And I didn't realize my girl slipped out the door with another guy. What a deal. But that's all right, because I firmly believe you don't get mad, you get even. Yeah. So the next day, I went to get even with her. That's right. I went down to the Spearmint Rhino Topless Club where she works, and I snatched the mic from the disc jockey, and I said, "Okay, fellas, you've seen her dancing this pole over here. You've seen her dancing this pole over here. Now let's welcome her to the main stage with a nice round of applause for Ms. Bipolar." That's a great joke. I wrote that myself. Unlike the other stuff I stole. But you know what? I miss that girl. I really, really, truly miss that girl. Because we had such a beautiful, deeply meaningful, human, meaningful relationship, man. Her and I. Because on any given day, I would go down to where she lives, and I'd pick her up, and go back to my house, and, a couple of drinks, we'd be throwing down, we'd be making love, we'd be playing bounce the mattress, hide the weenie, shake the cupboards, playing humpity bumpity. I mean, it was great. All the dogs in the neighborhood would be barking at the top of their lungs. Kids should be falling off their walls. My house would fall off its wheels. It was just, needless to say, she was on top. It was a great, beautiful experience, and we'd get done, and I'd give her a couple bucks, and I'd drop her off at her husband's house. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you my life story real briefly, if I may, because I appreciate, there's not a lot of us here and whatever, but I really appreciate the hell out of this, because my life story real briefly is about a year and 3 months ago. I was doing stand-up. I was working my way up. I was working in Rio, and I had Las Vegas Hotel, and this and that, whatever. And all of a sudden, I started having this bizarre meltdown out of nowhere. I didn't know where it was coming from. I didn't know what was going on. It turned out later that somebody had been poisoning me. But at the time, so they kind of cut me off all around town. And then I got on the internet, and I met this incredible, gorgeous, beautiful, sexy woman down in L.A. And I went down there and spent a little bit of time with her. And she did her best to nurture me and turn me around and, get me pointed in the right direction, everything positive, which is my big thing, everything to be positive. It was just one of the greatest times of my life. Until her husband came home, and then I had to go back to Vegas. But I want to thank all of you for being here for me, because I'm on my way back. I'm Sammy. Good night.
Hey!